Iscar, we have had for some years a little bit of a division between the way in which Americans have interpreted Vygotsky and the way in which Europeans and Russians have interpreted Vygotsky. And I really think that the way we go forward is to begin to understand what is in the works, both within this university and within the Vygotsky tradition, and how we continue to problematize and think of the problems that Vygotsky was facing way back in the 1920s and 1930s, and the way in which some of those problems are still the same problems, both in theory and in social situation today.
To find out more about the original Vygotsky tradition, to discuss the key concepts, to discuss the fundamentals of the theory, and to distinguish between, so to say, the original version and the interpretations that emerged later, and to be capable of using and applying this paradigm in the research, in practice, and at the same time being capable of being aware what are the differences that emerged in various cultural and scientific paradigms, and what is the way of resolving these differences, what is the way of being coherent, and what is the future of this theory in research and in practice all over the world.
Discuss about Vygotsky legacy, to think about many principles, many concepts, and to think about concrete applications of all these concepts.
It's really exciting to meet other like-minded students, and also it is very inspiring to be working with so many wonderful professors and with such broad content knowledge.
Listen to experts on Vygotsky's theories and their applications, and I see that there are some different thoughts here than, for example, what I've heard other places, for example in Helsinki, and Engelström's cradle, which is the way it should be.
One of the most important points of this week is to see practical experiment of how conceptual ideas can support some social changes, how theory and practice can go together, and how there is a consistency between our epistemology, values, concepts, methodology, methods, and practical action, relations to society.
It's just the really, even though Vygotsky's work is very theoretical, it's also very practical. And as a classroom teacher primarily, and not a researcher, I've just found his work really helps me understand what I'm doing with my teaching and how I can develop my children in my classroom and create the conditions where they can all flourish.
And one of the most important things that was pointed out here in this seminar was the difficulty in translating from Russian to other languages some serious concepts of Vygotsky. And hearing the professors here helped me a lot. And I'm going to come back to Brazil much better, much well informed about what social historical theory is. And one thing that we have always to bear in mind, this theory is not only a scientific knowledge. This theory is a way of thinking, is a way of understanding the world, because it has lots of political implications.
I think the Iscar Summer University is the best part to solve this kind of problems. We come here to study, to learn, and we go back full of doubts in our minds and with possible solutions for them.
I discovered a new world, a new horizon as a human being, but also about the traditions of Russian psychology and traditions.
Because of this experience, in every level, academically, intellectually, and personal as well, I think my whole life as a researcher is going to change.
And so I would advise other students to come and to bring their work and to really just engage with the other people at the summer university and discuss your ideas with them.
It's more than just an intensive course. It's a Parishivani, I would say. I would never gonna forget about this. We made really good friends for life, and I suggest everybody to participate and grow as a researcher, as a human beings. Thank you.